Imagine waking up at 35 with no alarm clock, no boss, and no Monday morning meetings. Your investments quietly generate $40,000, maybe $60,000, possibly even $100,000 a year. Enough to live freely without worrying about a paycheck. This is the promise behind the famous FIRE movement: financial independence, retire early. Spend a few minutes online and you'll see the same story repeated everywhere. Save aggressively. Invest most of your income. Reach $1 million or $2 million. Then retire decades before everyone else. It sounds incredible, almost like a life hack for escaping the traditional work system. But there is a quiet truth that rarely gets mentioned. For most people, the way FIRE is promoted online simply doesn't work in the real world. Not because financial independence is impossible, but because the path most people are told to follow ignores economic reality and human behavior. And when you start looking closely at the lives of people who actually build wealth, you notice something surprising. Many of them never followed the extreme version of FIRE at all. They followed a very different strategy. One focused less on escape and more on long-term power. Understanding that difference could completely change the way you approach money. If success is your goal and you're ready to level up, make sure you subscribe. Every video is crafted to move you closer to the life you deserve. Let's dive. One of the most popular ideas inside the FIRE movement is aggressive saving. You'll often hear advice like save 50%, 60%, or even 70% of your income. The logic sounds simple. The more you save, the faster you can invest, and the sooner you can retire. But this approach quietly creates a serious problem. Imagine someone earning $60,000 per year. After taxes, their take-home pay might be around $45,000. If they attempt to save 70% of that income, they are left living on roughly $13,500 per year. For most people, that means constant restriction. No travel, no spontaneous experiences. Every purchase becomes a calculation. Life becomes a financial optimization problem rather than something meant to be lived. Saving money is powerful, but when saving becomes extreme deprivation, it becomes psychologically exhausting. Morgan Housel wrote in The Psychology of Money that financial success is not determined by intelligence, but by behavior. And behaviors that rely on extreme sacrifice rarely last for decades. Many people begin the FIRE journey full of excitement. They track every dollar, cancel subscriptions, cut spending, and push themselves to live as cheaply as possible. But over time, the pressure builds. Eventually, the lifestyle becomes unsustainable, and the plan quietly collapses. There's a deeper insight here that wealthy individuals understand very well. Instead of obsessing over cutting every dollar, they focus on increasing their income capacity. Someone earning $200,000 and saving 30% will build wealth much faster than someone earning $50,000 trying to save 70%. In other words, growth matters more than extreme frugality. And this leads to another major assumption in the FIRE world that deserves serious questioning: the famous 4% rule. The problem with the 4% rule. One of the pillars of the FIRE movement is the idea that once you accumulate enough investments, you can withdraw 4% each year and live off your portfolio indefinitely. For example, if someone builds a $1 million portfolio, they could theoretically withdraw $40,000 per year and maintain that lifestyle forever. This concept comes from research known as the Trinity Study, which analyzed historical investment returns and withdrawal rates. But there's a critical detail many people overlook. The study was designed around traditional retirement at around age 65, not retirement at 35. That difference dramatically changes the risk. Someone retiring at 65 may need their portfolio to last about 25 or 30 years, but someone retiring at 35 might need their money to last 50 or even 60 years. And when a portfolio must survive that long, market volatility becomes much more dangerous. Imagine someone retiring with $1 million invested. 2 years later, the market drops 40%, something that has happened several times throughout financial history. Their portfolio suddenly falls to $600,000, yet they are still withdrawing $40,000 annually. Now, the withdrawal rate has effectively jumped to over 6%. Over time, that can dramatically increase the probability of running out of money. This phenomenon is known as sequence of returns risk, and it has quietly undermined many early retirement plans. In reality, someone trying to retire in their 30s might need closer to $2.5 million or even $3 million to maintain the same level of security. And when you think about how long it takes to build that kind of wealth, a deeper question begins to appear. If accumulating that much capital takes decades anyway, why rush to retire at all? The answer reveals something even more important than money: the happiness problem after early retirement. Many stories about financial independence end with someone quitting their job at 38 or 40, but very few stories talk about what happens next. Humans are wired for purpose, growth, and progress. Work, when it is meaningful, provides structure, identity, and social interaction. Without those elements, life can begin to feel strangely empty. Several studies from the National Bureau of Economic Research have found that very early retirement can lead to higher levels of depression and reduced cognitive activity. The reason is simple. Work is not just about income. It is also about engagement with the world. This explains why many entrepreneurs who retire early quickly return to building new projects. They didn't truly want to escape work itself. They wanted to escape work that felt meaningless. Cal Newport explores this idea in his book, So Good They Can't Ignore You. He argues that fulfillment often comes from mastering valuable skills and contributing something meaningful, not from avoiding effort. When you view financial independence through that lens, the objective shifts. Instead of escaping work entirely, the real goal becomes gaining the freedom to choose the kind of work you do. This idea leads to a strategy that is far more powerful than relying solely on investment withdrawals. Building income engines instead of just saving. Many FIRE strategies focus heavily on saving and investing existing income. But wealthy individuals often build something more powerful: income engines. An income engine is a system that continues generating money even when the creator steps back. This could include a business, intellectual property, digital products, licensing deals, rental properties, or ownership stakes in projects. Instead of relying entirely on selling investments each year, these structures produce ongoing cash flow. Imagine two different paths to financial independence. One person accumulates $1.5 million and withdraws $60,000 annually from investments. Another person builds a small business that generates $10,000 per month in profit. Both achieve financial independence, but the second path creates far more flexibility. The business can grow. It can be sold. It can expand into other opportunities. Investor Naval Ravikant once said that wealth is built by creating assets that earn money while you sleep. That insight reveals a major difference between the FIRE philosophy and how wealth is typically built. Saving is important, but ownership and leverage accelerate wealth much faster. Instead of focusing only on reducing expenses, building systems that generate income creates a much more resilient financial future. And this shift leads to the most important realization in the entire conversation. The real goal is financial freedom, not retirement. Many people assume that the ultimate goal of wealth is retirement, but when you study the lives of wealthy individuals, a different pattern appears. They rarely stop working. Warren Buffett has continued working into his 90s. Charlie Munger remained active well into his later years. Many entrepreneurs and creators continue building long after they become financially secure. The reason is simple. Work becomes enjoyable when it is done by choice rather than necessity. Tim Ferriss once described retirement as a kind of insurance policy. The real goal is not to stop working forever. The goal is to reach a point where you never have to work under pressure again. Financial freedom means you can choose the projects you care about. You can reject toxic environments. You can pursue ideas without worrying about immediate income. Ironically, when people reach that level of freedom, many of them continue working anyway. They simply redesign their work to align with their interests. They invest. They mentor. They build things they find meaningful, and that realization completely changes how wealth should be pursued. The FIRE movement became popular because it promised something extremely attractive: escape. Escape from financial stress, demanding jobs, and endless bills. But true financial freedom is rarely built through extreme sacrifice alone. It is built through growing income, developing valuable skills, building ownership, and investing wisely over time. Instead of obsessing over retiring as early as possible, focus on becoming financially resilient. Increase your earning power, build assets that generate income, create opportunities for long-term growth. When you follow that path, something interesting happens. Financial independence often arrives naturally, not as an escape from life, but as the result of building a life that already works for you. Know in the comments what you have gained from this video so that we can improve and keep doing that better. Don't forget to share this video with at least one person who will get some insights, because one video is enough to give people enough ideas to change their lives. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.